Hey guys, hope you're all having an awesome day. So I'm gonna just do a quick check-in. I've actually had a lot of people messaging me. They have a lot going on right now. I did do a post a few days ago about the new moon. I said it was like gonna be really powerful, a lot of like old energy releasing, a lot of things coming up, triggers. I remember putting in a lot of words and kind of words, a lot of S's on it, emphasized triggers is what I should say. And kind of what I was getting from spirit was like a lot of cycles are ending right now. So it's like a bunch of like smaller cycles that relate to a bigger cycle ending. So that means like things coming back up from the past, whether it's a person, emotion, feeling, situation, whatever that is. So for a lot of people, that's what's coming up. There's just a lot. I mean, I feel like I want to say this, like there's a lot of things going on. I noticed patterns, and like for me, I had a family member who passed away a few days ago. I've actually seen a lot on Facebook the last few days, and I've actually had people contacting me with people passing like literally in the last week. And so I've noticed that, and I've also noticed a pattern with old people kind of coming back into people's lives at this time, or old memories and thoughts coming back into people's lives at this time. There's a lot of energy and stuff going on. Spirit showing me kind of like balance is coming for a lot of people. So there's a lot of like shifts going on, a lot of changes. It's causing a lot of like chaos and different things. Definitely miscommunication and stuff like that. There's also like big changes in your life where you're making like big choices and big changes to move toward your future for the foundation and stuff like that, and for things to be more stable. So kind of when that's going on, it might feel like a little uncomfortable. You might not feel like the safest or things like that, but there's definitely a lot of that. I'm at the shop, so I only have my deck, but I actually was drawn to open this deck, so I'm going to bring more into the shop. I have these for sale if you want anyway, but these let's just say Kyle Gray Angel Prayer Oracle, I felt guided to. So I'm going to actually leave my deck here. So this way, when I do readings at the shop, I have this deck. But as I was shuffling to put my energy into the cards, this card flew out. The inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. And I was going to put it back in the deck, and I was guided to share this with you. This is a message for you guys. And this is trusting in yourself. This is a message that's been coming up a lot lately about trusting in yourself, trusting in decisions. Like, deep down, like when you're making these decisions and you're making these choices, like, that you're making the best decision for you in those moments. Sometimes afterward, we have guilt, we have shame, we have regret, we have, thinking and stuff like that. A lot of us are conditioned to think that way because we're doing something completely out of our norm. So our egos kind of, our inner child's a little scared, kind of going a little crazy and things like that. So when that happens, that's okay. Just know that like you are making the right choice for you. When you're making the right choice, it feels good. There's some type of sense of relief or some type of happiness or pressure or something like that that's kind of taken off. If you're not feeling that way and you feel like you made a choice that wasn't maybe for your highest good, then just look at the lesson, like look at what you learned and look at what you can do to maybe, correct it or change it or whatever it is. But I don't really get that for people. I more so get that everybody's making like choices that are good for them. They're making bigger life decisions. I've been talking about the financial part of it, coming up and stuff. And it's actually funny because I was talking about that. Now I'm doing it too. One of my best friends is doing the exact same thing. And it was like a few days after Spirit had given me that message. So I love that. I know it's resonating for me and other people in my life personally, so I think it's awesome. So that just kind of validates and tells me, and then they just have me pull the card back up again. That kind of just validates and says the message. So I am going to be doing an 11/11 reading. So 11/11 is this week. 11/11 is, they say the 11/11 portal is really strong and things like that. It's very mirrored number. I don't necessarily agree with all the spiritual stuff I see online just because it's like a double number that it means something. But 11/11 portal is actually always, 11/11 has always been something for me. It's actually a day that I usually do like meditations or spiritual stuff. It's always been one of those days for me for some reason. And I even remember like a few years ago, I did a meditation at a place and she was doing stuff. And I was actually getting Archangel Michael energy in the meditation and seeing all this blue light around me and stuff. So it's always been like a day for me that feels very enhanced, very powerful, but also like a good day of mirroring and shadow, like the shadow and the light self to really kind of see things in truth. So I'm going to be doing that. It's $20 like always. I'm going to post about it. But basically, if you want to book the reading, like the information is going to be posted. It's the same as all my tarot readings. When I do the special readings, it's through a private like video like this for you only to see. And I send you the private YouTube link. And it's just going to be whatever messages you need. So I pull the cards and then I tell you whatever messages you need. So if you want to book it, you can go on my Instagram or Facebook, Gaia Spiritual Healing, message me on there. And then I do the Cash App or Venmo. So there is that. I do want to ask anybody who has had readings done by me, like any of those tarot readings, or anybody who's had like the psychic readings done either in person or through video, I do ask if you can go on either Google Gaia Spiritual Healing, and I'm in Spring Hill, Florida, and leave me a review, or if you can go on my Facebook page, Gaia Spiritual Healing, and leave me a review there as well. It definitely helps people to see that like I'm legitimate, and you know, people are like want to know that I know what I'm talking about. So usually after I do the readings, like you guys send me private messages. I try not to post stuff like that because you guys usually are like, this is exactly what's going on in my life, and like really personal stuff that I'm like, I don't feel comfortable sharing. I also feel just uncomfortable doing that, asking you to do that. So if you would do it, you know, on your own, if you want to, I'd appreciate it. 555 change. Okay. Let's see what messages we have from Spirit. I definitely see a lot of guys, shut the fuck up. The card just came back out. Okay. I'm going to pull two more with us though. I definitely see like a lot of emotions, which is so funny. I was just started saying that. I don't know if you heard me. And the card that just came out is actually honoring your feelings and emotions. I do see a lot of emotions coming up. It feels like spirits want, I keep seeing this butterfly fly by. I keep seeing bees too, but like, I think it like spirit is really wanting you to understand. I want to pull this card too. Spirit is really wanting you to understand your emotions and your feelings, and understand like where they come from, understand why you feel the way you feel, and starting to accept and honor yourself the way you are, loving yourself the way you are, no matter what. Like, and it's like even areas where you don't necessarily feel like, where you're like, I need to change this, whether it's physically, you know, emotionally or whatever, is like honoring that you are who you are, and that's going on for a reason anyway. Oh, I love that. I just literally went like this and I pulled the card that I wanted. But I tell you guys earlier, balance. Obviously, you can see I can't see the cards. I'm literally going like this. I'm putting this back down. But yeah, like really wanting you to like honor and like love that stuff. So I'll tell you, like for me personally, I get sometimes like anxious. Like I've worked through this so much. I'm actually really proud of myself. But sometimes like when I'm waiting for somebody, like we're supposed to have plans or things like that, and they don't respond to me, or something like shifts or changes, I don't do well with that, honestly. And I've gotten a lot better with it. I've probably gotten like at least 60% better, but it's still something that makes me uncomfortable. And that's kind of not that specific, but certain things around that have been coming up. I don't want to get into it because like a bunch of personal stuff have been coming up. And so one of the things like I realized was like, it's okay to like let somebody know that. And it's also like the deeper reason why it's like that is because when I was a kid, I grew up in an abusive household. I expected that every day I came home. So when something kind of shifted, I felt very unsafe, and I'm like, what's going to happen? And there was no anticipation of what was going to happen. So I brought that childhood stuff into other things in my life that emotionally affect me, you know, and support and things like that. That type of stuff that affects me. And so like, instead of being mad at myself for feeling anxious, or being mad at myself or shaming myself for being like, I need to change this or whatever, what I've been trying to do is sit in the discomfort. And the thing that I'm trying to say to myself is like, this is what you did to keep you safe. This is how you learn to cope with things, and to cope with abuse, and cope with really problematic things. And this is something that, instead of getting mad at myself about or constantly trying to change, trying to shift the discomfort into, this is what I did to keep myself safe, and thank you for trying to keep me safe, and like loving that part of me. And it's, you know, it's a little bit difficult at times, but because it's so uncomfortable, and who the hell wants to feel like that anxiety or that ruminating thoughts and stuff like that. So that's something like I've worked through, and I think that's like what Spirit's trying to say, is helping other people or helping yourself to kind of work through that stuff. Okay, let me actually read the cards though. So we got inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. This card really wants to keep coming out. I think I'm going to post it on the page for some reason, because like that card just really, really wants to be seen clearly. Honor your feelings. Archangel Haniel. Oh, I love this card. Thank you, Haniel, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. So this is pretty much what I just said. All right, let me see the other two cards. Honoring your beauty. Archangel Jophiel. Thank you, Jophiel, for helping me discover my inner and outer beauty. So That's kind of the same thing. It feels like you guys learning how to trust yourself more, like I said before, but like honoring your feelings, honoring who you are, honoring all of that, and knowing that like you're special, you're beautiful, you're unique, and all of those things that you maybe shame or embarrassed about, or you don't like, or you feel guilt or whatever like that. Like Spirit's trying to guide you to love all of that and accept that. And it's like you can look at your friends who maybe do some stupid shit and you still accept them the way that you are, like the way they are. So why aren't you doing that for you? You know, like why are you putting this perfectionism, you know, unrealistic expectations on yourself that you'll never meet? It's like so you can keep shaming yourself. It's like a shame cycle. It might not just be shame, but you know what I mean. And then we got balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing balance into my life. It feels like a lot of stuff that's hidden. I'm getting this is coming up with 1111 portal. Whew, and I just got like dizzy as I said that in this energy right in my face, my third eye, and my chest area. There is a lot of balance, but a lot of shadows are coming out between now and then. Like this new moon, I don't know what's with this, probably because it's in Scorpio. This new moon is like really bringing the shadows up, really bringing the triggers up, really bringing up areas that you need to fucking clear out. And Spirit showing me like sweeping, like y'all sweeping the shit that needs to be swept. So, all right, let me pull from my deck. You guys want to purchase, this is my Earth Angel Oracle deck. It's $36.99. So if you want to purchase it, I have it in my store in Spring Hill, Florida. And I also have it available online. So you can either purchase it through my website, the link's in the bio, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook and I can mail it to you if you want. Okay, so we have energy and spiritual guidance on the bottom. We got communication, definitely some communication issues, mishaps. Go read the new moon thing that I typed up because it feels like a lot of this has to do with this. But you are getting guidance. Spirit is giving you energy to clear things out, which means some of you guys are going to have triggers to clear these things out, to bring them to the surface for your awareness to clear out. Okay. I don't know what shift we just had, but I've been feeling it's just energy. It just keeps sitting in my chest and then going up to my like throat. It feels like a lot of it starts in the stomach and then comes up. Anyway, okay. Oh, we're doing this in the middle. We got love and determination in the middle. And then on the outside, we have spiritual direction and emotional healing. So with this, I'm definitely getting there's a balance coming. There's a balance coming in self-love, acceptance, self-forgiveness, but also loving and accepting other people. And I'm getting what Spirit's saying is like we are working toward learning what true unconditional love is, loving without conditions, loving without you give to me, so I give to you, you take from me, so I take from you, like loving for the truth of who people are. It feels like some of you guys are in relationships or friendships, they're not saying toxic or bad, where it's like you guys are like bickering or fighting or there's some differences going on, but Spirit's saying like if this is a relationship that was worth it and it's healthy, you know, if this is a relationship that's worth it, put the work in, because sometimes in those really difficult times, like you and or the other person needs to see that an effort is being made. I feel like I want to cry as I'm talking about this. What it feels like is almost like you or the other person, so I'm just going to say, you know, people, whatever, is like they've had parents or they've had people who have given up on them, who it's like you tell them that you need something or you want something and they're just like, fuck you, and they're done and they just don't even put in effort. They just don't care, or they seem like they don't care, right? And it's almost like this inner child healing that a lot of people are going through right now, where it's like they're seeing that this person actually cares about them and they're putting the effort in. And Spirit's saying like, don't give up. Like if you really love this person, if you really care, and I'm not talking about toxic relationships, healthy relationships that are balanced, okay? Or have balance, because sometimes, you know, somebody's going through a low situation, somebody's able to balance it, but as long as it reciprocates, like if you're going through something low, that person helps you out too, because it doesn't always have to be a perfect balance, you know what I mean? Like it needs to be a give and take. It's like if you emotionally support somebody when you need something, do they emotionally support you? You know, if you give to them financially, but maybe they don't have the money, do they do acts of service for you, or do they give you something else, or your time, or something like that? You know, it doesn't have to be the exact even for whoever needs to hear that. Things are just balancing, but it's like when you put that effort in and you show them, look, like, yes, this is hard. We're fucking struggling. There's some shit going on, but I love you and I care and I want to put the effort in and I want to make this work. That's helping heal their inner child and your inner child, and you're in these relationships, Spirit specifically talking about, you're going to reciprocate it. So you're both kind of healing these relationships. So if you're feeling like this right now in some of your relationships, it could be friendships, it could be romantic, it could be family, whoever it is. If you're feeling this like imbalance, or you're feeling this stuff where you're just like, it's a lot and it's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you really do love and care, make it work. Like, put the effort in, try to like see things from a different perspective, take your ego out of it, and like do some introspection, and like, what can I change, or how can we work together? Are we working together as a team, or are we working as two individuals? Like, what can we do to come together? What is my normal, when I get in a fight or I get in a disagreement or something's going on, what is my norm? Is my norm to sit and conversate? Is my norm to run away? Is my norm to blame? Is my norm this? And looking at the way you handle situations, and then shifting the unhealthy ways of doing it. And then I get from spirit, this is going to balance out. Like, it's going to balance out. You're going through this for a reason. It's going to balance out. Ooh, there's a lot of energy today. We got spiritual direction and emotional healing. I'm getting the same message I keep getting. Spirit is guiding you. They're just guiding you. They're taking a step back, and they're allowing you to make your own choices. But what I'm getting is kind of that energy thing I was getting earlier, is they are bringing up heartaches. They are bringing up relationship issues. They are bringing up self-esteem issues. They're bringing up traumas and triggers from fucking childhood and beyond until now, to really help you heal this. Like, and they're showing me like a clean slate. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight, especially people who have a lot of triggers and traumas and emotions, and things like that. But spirit is like guiding you, and they are helping you on this path. They're giving you little bits of information. I've noticed this. I'm going to pull some more cards, but they're giving you like little bits of information. The way it's coming through is a little different than through spiritual messages or intuition. It's just like a little blip, almost like your own thought. And then it's like you're taking control and making those choices for yourself, what you want to do once they give you that. Look at that. I just opened the deck and boom, balance. I'm telling you. Definitely balancing. There's balance in a lot of shit coming right now, but sometimes the scales have to be tipped for balance to come in. Shit, they gave me another message and I literally forgot what it was, but I guess maybe I wasn't supposed to say it. Okay, we got divine timing, the warrior, and passion on the bottom. Illusions right underneath that. There's definitely something that is taking a lot longer than you guys are wanting. What I'm getting from spirit, and I love the warrior card because it's got the balance in there too. Like I can't today with like the same messages coming out, but it's something that you're passionate about, something that you love, something that you desire, something that you want, that's taking more time. We got this message the other day. It's taking more time. It might feel like you're being blindly led into it. It might feel like you're not seeing something in front of you. You might not be seeing a balance. You might not be seeing with illusions. You might not be seeing what it is that you actually desire and what it is that you want. Like I said, it might be taking a lot longer. I love the empathy card. It might be taking like a lot longer than you're wanting or you're desiring, but it's because it's just not ready. There's lessons, there's things that you're going through to clear, like they're showing me almost like the sludge energy to clear this. So when it comes in, it's really good. It's really healthy. It's really honest and pure and full of true love. And like, whether that's a relationship, whether that's friendships, whether it's a job, a business, a new house, whatever it is for you, maybe like whatever it is, like that's why, because you're needing certain things to heal, to clear. So when it comes in, it's going to be this very easy, peaceful, beautiful thing that you want. And it's going to show up for you in like a magical type of way where it's not this like extra stuff, like where it's a lot easier. You're going to be working through old shit. So like if it's a relationship, for example, you're not going to be bringing all this extra old jealousy, control, abuse, trauma, all this shit into the new relationship. You're going to have the tools to communicate. You're going to have the emotional calmness to know like, hey, I need to take a step back instead of arguing. Like, hey, I need to check in with myself. Am I in my ego? Am I in defense mode? And all of these things. You know, how do I show up for this person? How do I take care of myself and honor my own feelings and stand up for myself rather than keep giving or letting people walk all over you or whatever? We got self-care, validation, and humanity. This is definitely taking care of yourself and validating yourself. But I also get this is giving love to you, giving love to other people, and showing empathy. So anyway, I hope that this message helps, and I'm wishing you guys so much love and light, and I hope you have an awesome day.